I just hit a massive milestone in my personal dividend portfolio, and in this video I want to show you two reasons why this specific milestone can actually be life-changing for so many people, including myself. So let's go ahead and dig into it. Now what we're looking at here is my Ticker Data portfolio tracker. This is essentially a portfolio tracker powered by Ticker Data. For example, if I come up here to extensions and go to my Ticker Data add-on in Google Sheets and click login and then click refresh, and we can see all this data will automatically load in. So this automatically tracks my portfolio. There's a link to Ticker Data in the description. But if we come down here and click on Dividend Dashboard, there's a couple of different things that I want to point out. First off, the major milestone that I recently hit in my personal portfolio is my average monthly dividends is now sitting over $500. It's sitting at $510.54. Now, this is obviously very cool because who doesn't love $500 of passive income coming into your portfolio or your bank account every single month? But it's actually when you reinvest those $500 every month that money becomes pretty life-changing. Let me show you what I mean. If we come down here and go to my portfolio projection tab, this is basically a way that I can see how long it will take me to achieve my long-term goal of one day living off dividend income. And if we zoom up here, we can actually see the variables that we're looking at. Now, my starting portfolio is currently sitting at about $205,000, and my goal for average monthly contributions is about $2,500, which I know is very aggressive. That's an average. It'll be quite a bit lower some months, and I'm hoping some months it could be higher. For example, last month it was actually quite a bit lower. And then you can see we're assuming pretty close to the average, a price growth rate of 7% and a dividend growth rate of 7% and a starting dividend yield of 3.5%. And again, we're trying to see how long it will take me to live off dividends. So using those variables, we project out my portfolio 30 years into the future. And remember, cost of living compounds over time, just like any other investment. So the goal is to get my monthly dividend payments above this black line and stay above this black line. And if you've watched the channel before, you've probably seen my live off dividends analysis. Right here is the point at which I could live off dividends. And right now, if we come over here and start to scroll down, we can see it looks like right here in around 14 to 14 and a half years is the point at which I should be able to live off dividends based off my current projections because my monthly dividends is above my monthly cost of living. But I want to show you why $500 a month is so important when you're reinvesting it into your portfolio. If we go back over to portfolio projection and zoom back in over here, let's say that as of right now, I decide I never want to contribute another dollar to my portfolio. So this number is gone. We're going to set this number to 0. We can still see we have my current portfolio size. We're also reinvesting our dividends, and our dividend payments are growing because the stocks we're holding increase their dividend payouts. If we go over to my live off dividends analysis, what we can see is my dividend payments on a monthly basis will eventually still surpass my cost of living. So let's see how long this will take. If we start to scroll down here, we can see after 10 years, obviously we're still not there. 15 to 16 years, we're still not there. And if we keep scrolling down, we can see right here, at about 23 years, my monthly dividend payments surpass my monthly cost of living, meaning that I could then live off dividends forever. And remember, even if I'm not reinvesting my dividends at this point when I want to start living off them, as long as my dividend growth rate is above the rate of inflation, I could live off dividends indefinitely. So that's reason number one that this is such a major milestone. I could literally contribute $0 to my portfolio, and in about 23 years, I should still be able to live off the dividend payments from my portfolio. So yes, receiving over $500 on average every single month from your dividend portfolio is obviously a phenomenal feeling, but the magic really kicks in when you reinvest those dividends. But let's take this projection just a small step forward and take a closer look at just $500 a month. And for this example, let's go ahead and bump down my starting portfolio size all the way down to just around $10,000. So maybe this would be an example of someone who's just been getting started and it's been going for just a year or two. And again, in the scenario, let's say they're contributing about $500 a month. If we go back over to my investment dashboard, let's come down here and get a high level overview of what the end result of this would look like. And again, we're assuming that we reinvest dividends. And in 5 years in this scenario, you're looking at yearly dividends of about $1,956 and a portfolio value of about $56,000. So at this point, the dividend snowball really gets started. Fast forward 15 years, and you're now looking at a dividend portfolio that pays you around $9,128 on a yearly basis with a portfolio value of around $262,000. So at that point, you're probably closer to around $750 a month. But look at this, in 30 years, you're now looking at yearly dividend payments of over $50,000 and a portfolio value of about $1.4 million. And keep in mind, in reality, as you get closer to retirement age, you'd probably start investing into higher yielding investments. So in reality, this number could be even higher. But that's the power of just $500 a month. And if you're buying high quality companies, that's dividend income that's coming in regardless of the market performance. You don't have to worry about disaster years like 2022 or 2008. Your retirement is basically secure and you don't have to worry about market conditions. And then at the end of the day, you don't even have to pay attention to the 4% rule because you don't have to withdraw money from your portfolio. You've designed your portfolio specifically to pay you growing passive income every single month and every single year. So it's very easy to see why hitting that $500 mark in average monthly dividend income is such a huge milestone. It's basically an indicator that the snowball is actually starting to pick up some serious speed and that your portfolio is going to grow on autopilot. And keep in mind, we weren't even aggressive with our projections. The dividend growth ETF SCHD has had a price growth rate of above 10% and a dividend growth rate of above 10% over the past decade. So it's completely possible these numbers and projections we've looked at could be even a little bit better. So again, I'm super excited about this milestone. And I've also found that tracking my portfolio has kept me extremely motivated along the way. So if you want to continue to keep up with my journey in my portfolio, be sure to hit that subscribe button. And again, if you'd like to also get access to very helpful spreadsheets, portfolio trackers, stock analyzer tools like the ones you see here, and also get access to the Ticker Data add-on in Google Sheets that allows you to automatically import stock financials straight into your spreadsheet, then you can head over to tickerdata.com. Ticker Data allows you to track stocks from all across the world, so no worries if you're an international investor. So with all that being said, thank you guys so much for watching, and please don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.